Diddy is in jail right now after being exposed by his ex-girlfriend Cassie for hurting her for 10 years and for being exposed as a narcissist. In this video, we're going to talk about why Diddy is in jail and in court, what he did. Then I'm going to share 2 relationship lessons and 1 spiritual lesson that we can learn from this to improve our lives. Let's get into this mess. Who is P. Diddy? He's an American rapper, record producer, and executive who discovered many successful popular music artists like Usher and Notorious B.I.G. He also has many other businesses. Diddy is one of the most successful black music businessmen of all time, worth almost $1 billion. Wow, according to reports. It's amazing, right? But with this wealth, he's amassed a lot of power, and with great power comes big responsibility. But allegedly, Diddy didn't get this memo and used his power to do some nasty and damaging things for decades to many people. For example, some of his artists have accused Diddy of not paying them fairly and forcing them to do degrading acts, allegedly. And in the hip hop community, Diddy is accused of having some involvement in the death of artists like Biggie and Tupac, allegedly. Now, let me find out he did something to Tupac. That man was fine and talented. Gone way too soon. Anywho, fast forward to today, Diddy is finally facing the repercussions of his own actions. He is currently in jail and in court fighting a federal trial in New York on multiple serious charges, including trafficking, racketeering, and other nasty charges. The reason Diddy is finally getting charged is because his messy romantic relationships exposed him. The truth always gets revealed and people's true character comes out often in romantic relationships. In particular, his ex-girlfriend of 10 years, Cassie, the musical artist, exposed Diddy in an extensive lawsuit 2 years ago and did an exclusive with the New York Times. And it spread all over the internet. Before the lawsuit went public, Cassie and Diddy were in talks of settling this privately. According to the New York Times, Diddy's lawyer revealed that Diddy offered her an 8-figure payout, but Cassie refused. It appears she wanted more money for her pain and suffering. And I'm like, yes, girl, get it. When Cassie finally released this lawsuit publicly, it went viral around the world. Millions of people discussed the nasty, gruesome details. And allegedly, Diddy was scared and panicked when this information came out to the public. So he settled this case in record time. In less than 24 hours, he paid her even more money. According to the New York Times, Cassie revealed that she was paid $20 million to settle this lawsuit. Congratulations, Cassie. She exposed him and then got paid. That's double justice. She now has a new husband and 2 kids, and she just welcomed her 3rd child this week. Congratulations, Cassie. So she'll be able to set up her future family for the rest of their lives. Look at how God can turn any situation into a blessing. Amen. Cassie exposing Diddy 2 years ago didn't stop there. This $20 million lawsuit that Diddy did to hush her up didn't work. It started an avalanche of karma for Diddy. According to CT Insider, 120 new victims came out with stories of abuse and non-consensual illegal activities against Diddy since her lawsuit. I think Diddy thought Cassie would be quiet after giving her those millions of dollars, but no, she's not. Cassie is now the key witness in his federal trial right now. So, what details did Cassie expose in the trial and in the lawsuit? According to the New York Times, Cassie shares that she was non-consensually given substances to control her and force her to do many things against her will, including being forced to do intimate acts with random men. Diddy paid on Craigslist, allegedly. Ew. Now that's grimy. Diddy's a billionaire, and he got these men off of Craigslist? Really? Lord Jesus. Cassie also alleges she was forced to be intimate with other random celebrities and Diddy's friends in group parties that they called freak-offs. That involved a lot of baby oil and lots of other nasty stuff that I won't get into. According to E! News, Cassie admitted in court that these parties left her having many infections and mouth sores. Ooh, so damn, I don't even understand how someone could be so sick to force their girlfriend to do all these things and infect her with diseases. Like, what? This is evil, cruel, sick, controlling. According to the New York Times, Cassie claims she tried to leave Diddy multiple times, but she feared for her life. Diddy allegedly would threaten to hurt her and her new partners. It was so bad that Diddy allegedly set one of her new partners' car on fire. This man is popular musician Kid Cudi. He sings I'm on the pursuit of happiness and I know that song. According to New York Times, Kid Cudi just testified in court against Diddy, confirming that this actually happened to him and that Diddy allegedly set his Porsche on fire. This is crazy. I don't know why Kid Cudi or Cassie didn't go to the police when this happened years ago, but it shows that Cassie and Kid Cudi appear to be afraid of Diddy's power in the music industry. And Diddy is demonstrating that he can do violent and threatening things and get away with it. This pattern of manipulation and abuse and control didn't just happen during the relationship, but it even happened at the beginning of their relationship. Diddy signed Cassie back in 2006 when Cassie was only 19 years old and Diddy was 37 years old. So that's an almost 20-year age gap. Weird. Most artists sign a 1 to 3 album deal for their first in the music industry, but what does a controlling, manipulative man offer a woman he allegedly wants to control for life? Not a 3 album deal, a 5, a 6, no, but a 10 album deal to a girl who just became an adult 1 year ago. Now that's fishy. And allegedly, Diddy quickly started pursuing her romantically after signing her and used his position of power as her boss to get her. And even more shockingly, Cassie only released 1 album and some songs during their 10-year relationship. So he owned her professionally for 9 more albums and allegedly sabotaged her career and limited her. And in my opinion, it appears Diddy did this so that Cassie wouldn't leave him and that she was fully financially dependent on him for life. According to Business Insider, Cassie said in her testimony in court that Diddy allegedly controlled everything, not just her music, but her clothes, her shows, her calendar, her friends. Cassie says this left her feeling like, quote, a human punching bag. And it gets worse. There's more. Cassie alleges he also physically abused her. She testified about him fighting her publicly in a hotel hallway that was caught on surveillance tape, but sadly, nothing happened. According to People magazine, Diddy allegedly paid the hotel security $50,000 to get this footage and erase it. So he got away with doing nasty, illegal things. And it's wild to know that someone can abuse you in public, in broad daylight, during the day, it be on camera, and all it takes is $50,000 for no one to say anything. What a corrupt and scary world that we live in. After the FBI raided his mansions, it appears they got this hidden tape of this hotel footage, and it was posted online for millions to see, and we were just all shocked. I won't show the video because it's too graphic and sad, but here's a photo of the aftermath and him caught in the hallway with the towel that he was hurting her with. The fact that he had the audacity and felt so comfortable doing all of this in public in a towel, just imagine how bad it was in private. But when Cassie put this in her lawsuit 2 years ago, Diddy denied everything, said that she was lying, but then he mysteriously, privately gives her $20 million to settle. So that doesn't sound so innocent, Mr. Diddy, Mr. Diddler. And so when Diddy got caught after this surveillance footage was released, he panicked and he put out this weird, manipulative apology video. Let's watch and see what he says and discuss.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you got to do that. I was up. I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace.
Girl, anyway, this is the most fake apology I have ever seen. And you notice how he didn't even mention Cassie's name in the apology? It's because he wasn't disgusted by his actions. In my opinion, he's disgusted that he got caught and we got to see that Cassie was telling the truth about many things this whole time and that his darkness is finally getting exposed. Funny thing, he claims he is now going to seek professional help and therapy and God. But it's like, sir, where was God when you were doing all that dark, evil behavior for decades? Now you want to go get therapy after you've done so much harm to hundreds of people, allegedly? God ain't got nothing to do with this. When you hurt God's children, God don't play. He will always come back and get you. And there are consequences for playing in the dark. Amen. According to Vibe magazine, multiple people who have had the displeasure of knowing Diddy in business and romantic relationships have claimed that he's a narcissist, allegedly. So now let's discuss 2 relationship lessons about how to avoid and recognize the sign of narcissism. Lesson number 1. Narcissists love to sell dreams. Listen, money don't mean morals. Fame don't mean faithfulness. Diddy was able to attain a lot of women, including Cassie, with his immense power and wealth. Diddy was her boss, so when they dated, it appears that he promised her the world. He gave her the private jets, the designer purses. They got to hang out with celebrities like Beyonce, and she got to live the life of a billionaire girlfriend. And to be honest, Cassie was also deceptive. She sold that dream to the public on social media for 10 years, like everything was perfect, and come live a life like me. Cassie said she thought she was living the dream, but baby, it turned into a nightmare. And if it can happen to her, it can happen to any of us. So we get to learn from these red flags we're seeing from Diddy. When someone uses their money to buy silence or submission, that's not luxury, that's a trap with designer labels. We can't fall for the love bombing. What is love bombing? Love bombing is a tactic used by narcissists and manipulative people, especially at the beginning of the relationship, where one person overwhelms their partner with excessive attention, affection, and gifts and promises. This seems like a sign of deep love, but it's actually a manipulative way to control and exert influence over the other person. They also give a lot of personal details and overshare so that you feel close. You're like, wow, this person really trusts me. They share all this information. But really, it's to trap you. If it's too much at the beginning or during the relationship, it's really too much. Listen to our intuition. Lesson number 2, narcissists love to control. We saw Diddy's apology video and the lies defending himself on social media, claiming he was innocent and that Cassie was lying on him until the evidence hotel video was released and exposed his lies. This tactic of abusing and lying is called gaslighting. This is one of the top 3 control tactics narcissists use. Let's discuss these 3. This information is from top narcissism expert named Dr. Ramani. So number 1, gaslighting. Like I just said, gaslighting is denying or distorting someone's reality to make the other person question their own sanity. Tactic number 2, baiting. This is intentionally provoking someone to react and then using the reaction to gaslight or manipulate them. For example, they may annoy you or say an awful thing, and then when you react like, how dare you say this to me, blah, 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 the narcissist will be like, see, you have anger issues. See, you really need to pray. You're crazy. Look at how you're acting. But they're the one who hurt you and then are mad and then are judging your reaction. Tactic number 3, emotional blackmail. Narcissists use guilt, fear, or threats to control other people's behavior. Diddy did this often by threatening Cassie and her new partners to get her back. And she did come back. She was like, I'm scared to be with someone else, so I might as well get back with Diddy, allegedly. So if you see any of these in your friendships, your romantic relationships, that's a red flag that we should maybe stay away, and this person might be a narcissist. Now I'm going to give a spiritual lesson from the Bible about how to recognize what a godly partner is and not a narcissistic one. Okay, first, what do we do when we're pursued by an ungodly person like Diddy or a narcissist? In the Bible, it says, walk with the wise and become wise. Associate with fools and get in trouble. This is in Proverbs. So when we see the fools, we got to run. Fools put us on the wrong path like Cassie. It's important to surround ourselves with individuals in our romantic and friendship lives who uplift us and guide us towards righteousness, and people who bring us closer to our goals, not people who are out to destroy us. We should never settle for bad narcissistic people just because we're desperate of being alone. So now what are the traits of a godly person that we should look for instead of a Diddy? Here are 5 traits from the Bible. Trait number 1, they have the fruits of the Spirit in their life. The fruits of the Spirit are love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. This is in Galatians in the Bible. In other words, the gifts of God are present in their life. We can see the fruits that people have in their lives by seeing the fruits that they produce. If the fruits of their life are chaos, dysfunction, addiction, manipulation, anger, traumatized, meanness, we get to run away. Trait number 2, they are responsible. They're impeccable with their word. They're reliable. They're consistent. They can manage and control their emotions. They know their God-given purpose and they're committed to it. Trait number 3, they care for people. In the Bible, it tells us treat our neighbors how we do ourselves. So when we look at how people treat themselves, if they treat themselves badly, they're going to treat us badly one day. If they treat the waiter badly, they're going to treat us badly. Do they care for their family? Ask ourselves those questions. Trait number 4, they are patient and discerned. Can this partner or friend control their impulses and emotions? Do they wait for God, or do they try to control everything and run their life based on their ego and emotions? Do they have a strong relationship with God so that they can even discern and have good judgment about what is good and what is wrong? Trait number 5, they are purpose aligned. Do they know their God-given purpose? Are they using their God-given gifts? Looking for these traits in the people in our lives will change our life for the better. What we can learn from these characteristics is don't settle for a partner or a friend in our life who looks good but lives foul. We can't fall for charisma. We have to look for character. We can't confuse chemistry romantically or intimately as our God-given partner. I've done that a lot. I've been like, wow, this person looks cute. They believe in God. That means they're from God, right? No. We also get to look at ourselves. If we don't have these characteristics in our lives, the fruits of the spirits in our lives, we're going to attract toxic people because we're toxic too. I had to admit that too. I'm like, why do I have all these toxic people? Well, I had to be like, well, damn, what toxic traits do I have that makes it so that when other toxic people see me, they're like, yes, that's my person. No, I want to be so connected to God and so much light that dark people run away. So Cassie's story is a great example of transformation. She left Diddy. She appears to have done the healing work. She got married to a man, and she has 3 beautiful children and got justice for her pain. This is a success story, and avoid Diddy fruit, okay? Hit that subscribe button and leave your thoughts in the comments about this story. And stay tuned for more deep dives into powerful stories that we can learn from. Mwah. Bye.